MSG and the Gainsbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Both of them, to me, were very loud. I thought the Indiana crowd was great energy. And Ben, for you, your vantage point, which crowd? Like, obviously the home crowd is different, but when you're sitting there in Indianapolis in the middle of it, what are your thoughts of the crowd?
Amazing atmosphere. They're, as we all know, they take their basketball very seriously in Indiana, and they have a lot of pride. And it's a great arena. They're right on top of the action. They got those yellow T-shirts out. They had a lot of their legacy players. I was sitting one seat over from Antonio Davis, which was pretty cool. And the fans were all great. Very, like to us, they were very cool. And just really, and by the way, our seats were like we were caddy corner from the bench, from the Pacers bench. So it must have been really annoying every time that we're like the only two guys, me and Timothy, cheering, every time the Knicks get a basket and the bench is right there. But the fans around us, everybody was amazing. And, they're really into it. So, it was really fun. It was really fun to be in that atmosphere. It was obviously a bummer to lose the game, but, it was very, very exciting.
I'm glad to hear that you were treated well by the fans nearby. We all saw Mr. Pat McAfee and his it was like a WWE style call out. Which, did you know that was coming? Did you?
I have to say, I was not familiar with his game. I did not know that was coming. Is he? I know. Look, I'm a casual football fan. I know that he was a field goal kicker.
Punter for the Colts.
Punter. He was a punter.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and then he got really popular on his show. Yeah. Was he also a wrestler? Does he also wrestle?
He does do. I think he does WWE commentary. He does work with them.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I wasn't aware of that. I did know that Timothy, had been on his show. And I was like, oh, that's your boy. That's your guy. And then, so when that happened, I was a little bit like, whoa. That's okay. But then the WWE aspect of it, I get it. He's like, it's just not the way it happens in New York. You know what I mean? It's not right. What, if you go on the Jumbotron, like they're going to show him, if he comes to the Garden, he should come to the Garden. He should come to the Garden for Game 5. And, they'll put him up on the screen and they'll show him punting the ball and everybody will give him a nice cheer. So, that's how we do it in New York. But I get it. It was fun. I felt like he was just trying to get the crowd riled up. It was, a little bit out of the blue, but it's also like a little bit of like, are we really doing the narrative of like Hicks versus Knicks? Like the big wigs from New York. Right, it just seems a little cartoonish. Right. Yes. But then again, it goes with the WWE thing. So.
Yeah, he certainly leaned into it. Here's my thought. I saw it live, and I saw the list of names. It was you, it was Tim, and it was Spike Lee.
Yeah.
There was another New Yorker in the building, and I was a little surprised Pat McAfee did not include him on the list. 50 Cent was right there, courtside, to make it clean.
He's not stupid, Pat McAfee.
He didn't have Pat's list, so I thought that was an interesting omission. But Shaun, when you were watching this, we know your relationship with Ben. We'll get into that a little bit later. What was your reaction?
Yeah, Ben is my guy, so it really upset me. I was very bothered by it, and I was bothered not only by Pat, because I'm not gonna lie, from Pat's angle, like as a Pacers fan, even though we do it differently in New York. That's probably cool. It's probably cool to fire the crowd up and say, "Oh, send them back to New York." Because as the Knicks always say, and when you're winning, you can talk. And so I think I got more upset with the Knicks for putting Ben in that position, and Timothy too. Timothy's a cool guy. Spike is a cool guy. 50 had a yellow shirt over his shoulder, and they put him on the Jumbotron and cheered for him. That was strange. I wasn't sure what his allegiance was last night, but it's okay.
The Yankee hat on though, I think.
Yeah, but take that yellow shirt off your shoulder, man. I didn't like that. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of it, and it made me all the more want to come back and win the game. Yeah. So it was disappointing. Yeah.
Also, here's what I like about our team is, and this is for real. Like in success or in failure, we have a very even keel as a team, you know? Knicks win that first game the way the Pacers won the first game. You're not going to see Jalen Brunson go, ugh. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen with Jalen Brunson. It's not going to happen when they win the series. You know, so same thing like with the Pat thing. It's like, it's okay. That's just, you know, that's the personality of the, you know, of the team. And I guess Haliburton in particular. By the way, Haliburton, you know, incredible player. It's like it's amazing to watch him play live. I wish he, didn't go so into the villain role. But then again, you know, they're going to be those guys. You know, they're going to be the guys who like thrive off of that energy. And at the end of the day, that's what gets them going. And as Shaun said, you know, you don't want to put them in that position, and that's on us for sure.
Ben, do you see, like, when you're watching a Haliburton play so well, is it like is there any kind of, I don't want to say that it's equal to, because it's not, but he's performing, right? Like you perform in movies, on the set, on stage, and it's kind of a performance when somebody's doing that and they're in the zone like that. I mean, do you see that at all when you're watching it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like the Trae Young thing. It's like, you know, these guys, that's their thing. They want to come into MSG and it's going to get them going. I don't have, you know, a big issue with it necessarily. It annoys me as a fan because you don't want to see someone do that. And, you know, when they come into your gym or whatever, but at the end of the day, that's just his personality. He's fun to watch as a player. He's incredibly quick. I mean, when you watch him live and you see how fast and how springy he is, you know, getting around the court, it's really, you know, it's really something. And he nailed it last night. He had a triple-double, right?
Triple-double and no turnovers. And Shaun, I wonder.
No turnovers, yeah. And that killed us, you know, last night, the turnovers.